Hey, welcome to my vlog and review for round 5 of the 2017 MotoGP Championship, the historic Le Mans Bugatti Grand Prix racing circuit in beautiful France. Le Mans had a new surface since last time out, which proved over the course of the weekend to be both smooth and offer excellent grip without too much tire wear. So without further ado, let's get to the big action of the weekend. And of course, the biggest championship moves out of race day, Marquez and Rossi checking into the Heartbreak Hotel with DNFs. Marquez's DNF was, for me, the least surprising. If you watched him over the course of the weekend, he had a number of off-track endeavors, ran wide a bunch of times, had a few crashes, and I kind of got the feeling that if the pressure ramped up on him in the race, that he might make a similar mistake. Of course he did, and unfortunately for Marquez now, this is his second crash in 5 races. So, as far as championship contention goes, starting to shoot himself in the foot a little bit. But, if anybody can turn it around, it's Marquez, and I'm sure he will be looking at the next race to come back strong and hopefully not have any more DNFs for the rest of the season. Rossi's race, on the other hand, seemed like a tale of two Rossis. He seemed to be in control for the whole race. He seemed to be calculated. He sat behind Zarco for a while, maybe studying him for future reference, passed Zarco without too many problems, sat behind Vinales for a little while, conserved his tires, made his move on Vinales, everything was good, and then on the last lap he ran wide into about the 5th or 6th last corner, and as soon as Vinales went by him, it seemed like Rossi just instantaneously switched into the all or nothing mode, and unfortunately for him it was nothing. Maybe he took a little page out of Marquez's book for a change, but nobody likes to crash on the last lap, but to be so close to the finish line and crash, it's going to leave a bit of a mark, a bit of a sting for Rossi. I guess the good news for both Marquez and Rossi is that the way this season's been going so far, next race it's probably going to be the exact opposite, and you're going to have Rossi and Marquez up on the podium, and Vinales and Pedrosa are going to be who knows where. So as much as this was an unfortunate weekend for both of them, I'm pretty sure it's far from over. P1 Vinales. Vinales needed a good solid race. He's had 2 bad outings, the DNF in Austin, and then the bad performance in Jerez. He needed a good win. He needed a good performance. He got both of them this weekend. Dealt with Rossi. Rossi put the pressure on him. Vinales withstood it. And with this win, Vinales not only boosts his self-confidence, but of course he puts himself back in the championship lead. For how long, nobody knows, but he's there for now. And I'm sure if you ask him, that's exactly where he wants to be. P2, Johann Zarco. The Frenchman puts it on the podium in front of his home crowd, just a little bit shy of the bullseye, but an amazing performance nonetheless. This guy had a stellar weekend. If you thought his race day performance was awesome, but you didn't watch the qualifying, you should go back and watch it now because it was spectacular. This guy had the French fans on their feet all weekend long, and I'm telling you, if Zarco is not already a champion in the making, then I don't know who you're watching, because he is proving race by race, lap by lap, that he has what it takes to lead the front of the pack, to be on the fast bikes. He can deal with the pressure, he has the speed, and he certainly has the drive to do it. What this guy's going to come up with next, I don't know, but what an awesome performance. A record-breaking crowd at Le Mans this weekend, partly in thanks to his amazing performance so far in the 2017 MotoGP season. And, I can't wait to see what Zarco's going to do next. P3, Danny Pedrosa. Kind of inherits this 3rd place from Rossi's last lap crash, but you know what they say, you got to race like a winner to put yourself in position, and that's exactly what Pedrosa did here. This is his 3rd podium in 3 races. Puts himself 2nd in the championship, only 17 points behind Vinales. And I got to tell you, it's been a while since Pedrosa has looked this consistent and this stable over this many races. And is this going to be the year that he finally ties up that championship lack in his career stats? I don't know, but it's so exciting. I love Pedrosa. I'd love to see him win. I can't wait to see how this plays out. Rounding out the top 6, we have Dovizioso in P4. A second great performance by the Italian lad on the Italian bike. He had a bit of a rough start this year, but it seems like the last couple races he's had some better results, so hopefully he can keep that up, bag some nice points for Ducati going forward. P5, we have Crutchlow representing the British on French soil. trying to fight with Zarco for that independent championship. He's now only 15 points behind, but still another solid performance. Almost had that fourth place. Dovizioso took it from him on the last couple laps. And of course, P6, Jorge Lorenzo, another third. Good finish for Lorenzo on that Ducati. It really seems, you wondered he had the 9th and then he had the 1st. You wonder if it's a fluke. He comes back and puts in another solid 6th. He was a little bit behind, but nonetheless, a great performance by Lorenzo on the Ducati. Hopefully, again, he's going to keep this up moving forward and he's going to get that Ducati under his control. So that wraps up my review of round 5 of the 2017 MotoGP season. Vinales, Pedrosa, Rossi, Marquez, and Zarco, top 5, all within 30 points. Could it get any better? It seems like it has to. Don't forget, the next race, June 4th, beautiful Mugello. Rossi had problems last year. Let's hope he makes a comeback this year. Leave me a comment, hit the like button, let me know what you think, and let's look forward to more MotoGP. And unfortunately, we have to end this episode on a sad note. This past week, Nicky Hayden passed due to injuries he sustained in a cycling accident. And, the whole thing kind of leaves you at a loss for words. I remember Nicky from the days when I used to watch AMA. I used to follow this French-Canadian racer by the name of Miguel Duhamel. Was and still is a Canadian motorsport legend. And I remember when the Hayden showed up because, first of all, it was just a great story. You had 3 brothers that were all racing competitively. They were all sort of at the top of their game, more or less. And so it was just sort of a great, cool family dynamic, a great story in general. The second reason that I remember Nicky in particular was that he was the one who finally dethroned Matt Mladen, who had become, let's say, irritatingly dominant for the previous 3 or 4 years, I believe. And so Nicky kind of came in and dethroned him, won the championship, won the AMA Superbike Championship from him, which was kind of like a prayer answered because, watching one guy win race after race after race can get, from a fan's perspective, gets a little bit boring. So Nicky came in and put an end to that. And, it was a great moment just for him to win. And then, of course, as soon as he had won the AMA Superbike Championship, he was immediately picked by Repsol Honda to go over to the MotoGP, which was tremendously exciting. You don't get too many guys from North America over there. It's a bit more of a European thing. You've got the Texas Tornado, Colin Edwards and Spies and the older days with Wayne Rainey and Kevin Schwantz. But, it's a hard bracket to get into. So whenever you get that guy in there, it's just exciting to have the chance. And not only was he in there, but he was on the Repsol Honda. He was on a verified race-winning bike, championship-winning bike. So it was all the more exciting. And then, of course, Hayden's championship win in 2006 was dramatic and emotional. It was crazy the way he, going up against Rossi, and then his second last race, he crashed and then won. And it was just, it was all over the place. It was really amazing. It was a spectacular moment, especially if you're, again, a fan from North America. Having that guy over there representing your home soil was just an incredible moment. And the truth is that most guys, they never get that chance. Most guys never even get to step foot in that arena. They never get to get on one of those bikes. And of the ones that do, only a handful ever truly cash in on the opportunity and make good on it. And, Hayden did it, baby. He took it all the way to the finish line. He climbed that whole mountain all the way to the top and left nothing to be wanted. And, to become a real world champion is such a rare accomplishment. To be fair, all these guys are world champions at different levels in this class. But to become a real, verified world champion at the very top level of what it is you do is such an amazing accomplishment. And I think the fact that Nicky was able to maintain throughout all that his generosity of spirit, despite not only competing in, but winning in such a cutthroat and competitive environment. I think that tells you a lot about who he really was at his core level. And I hope that's, part of what he will be remembered for. So thank you, Nicky, for almost 20 years of amazing action and some truly, truly memorable moments. You will be dearly missed and forever remembered. God bless your soul, buddy.